Hey, welcome back to the channel. My name's David, and if this is the first time you're here, Tina and I are part-time RVers. We RV a few times a year. Tina just retired from her job, so that gives us a little bit more freedom to get out and about without having to be home every other week. So as we are preparing for an upcoming trip, I was doing some maintenance and I was recording another video for another product, and then something bad happened. And it's the first time I've ever been scared working around the RV. Let me show you what happened. I was extending the legs, raising the RV up, and as it was coming up, well, this side here, the legs decided to give out. It started leaning, and I mean, that was when I said, oh. It almost looked like it was going to roll over on the side. Now it didn't, but I heard a thump, and prior to the thump in the landing gear mechanisms, it sounded like the motor had been straining. Matter of fact, I thought maybe the battery was weak. Even though I'm on power and I've got the battery charged up, it sounded like the motor was weak. So my guess is that the jack on this side over here gave out. So guess what Dave had to do? So as it was leaning, and I'm gonna exaggerate the lean, but as it was leaning this way, I went to the garage and I got my jack stands, and I took it and propped it up just up underneath the railing there, and then lowered that side. Okay, that way at least the rig was now level and I felt comfortable you know, trying to work on it. And then I've got so I had several bottle jacks, but I went ahead and just bought me another one. I got me like a 12 ton, I think it is, because I wanted the stability. And so I've got that propped up underneath there at the moment. And I've got this guy resting on here. Now this leg here, I've already replaced this one. So I'm gonna show you what I had to do, and then we're gonna go ahead and replace that one as well. I mean, because why replace one when you can do two at twice the cost? But I figured, because we're heading out on such a long trip coming up, and you know, had this happened at a location, you know, where I didn't have all my tools here, this would have been made for a bad day. So let me show you what we did for this leg. Now this leg here is called the lead leg, and the reason it's called the lead is because it has the motor on it, and there is that motor. You may have seen on previous other videos where I was having issues with the switch. What is with the landing gears with me? So because just the way I am, I bought the new leg, which is right here, and I went ahead and bought a new gear mechanism and a new motor. Now I didn't need them, but I wasn't quite sure what had broken, and I'm still not 100% sure what's broke. We're going to pull the cover off the other leg in a moment, but I went ahead and replaced this leg. So real quickly, how you do this: first of all, you get everything secure. Okay, get everything secure, both sides. Okay, even though this jack leg was still working, I went ahead and secured it. Secondly, you take this screw off right here, take that out, and then this bar here will slide over. It'll slide over, so you get this out of the way. On the motor, there's 4 screws total, but only 2 of them actually hold it to the housing. And in this motor here, it's this one, the screw here, and that screw right here. So you take those 2 screws out, and then the motor will just come out. If you have, I took out all 4, and you gotta be careful, don't do that. It'll split the motor casing in half, and you'll have loose things you have to put back together. So just the two. And then you'll need to take the screw out right here, this little sleeve, and then this whole assembly right here will just slide off. And then to take this out, of course, by that time, you know, it was secured. This leg was up. I had it up off the ground. There was no pressure at all on this leg. And then you just loosen these screws, take them out, and honestly, this just kind of comes right out. It actually comes out kind of easy. It's actually kind of scary when you look at what holds all this up. There's not a whole lot of stuff. This little bend right here. There's one on the other side of this that basically sits on, and I'll show you on the other side. It just sits on that bend of another bracket. So yeah. Okay, so that's what I had to do for the lead leg. Now the other side is called the follow leg, and we will be taking this screw out here, and then this bar here will just slide off. Now I gotta get all this stuff out of here. So let me do that real quick, and then we'll get started. Now I have the JT strong arms, so I didn't mention that on the other side, but I had to take off all of this in order to prepare to replace this leg. So I'll get this bottle jack up here supporting this side of the rig, and then I will raise these legs up and then lower the bottle jack down onto the jack stand to secure it. There we go, that's better. Very slowly. Very slowly. And she is resting now on the jack stand, and it is solid. Okay, now I will apply just a little bit of extra pressure on the jack. That's a little bit too much. We don't want that much to be loose. All right, let's just let it off here. There we go. Okay. All right, and we're still good here in the bottom. All right, so there's that. And then for safety, I'm gonna grab the other jack. And we're gonna have it ready just in case there's an issue. All right, just a little extra safety. Okay, now this guy is pretty much ready to come all the way off. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna remove the foot. Okay, now we're going to take this bolt out right here. It is a 7/16 on that side, and I think, yeah, 7/16. All right. Okay, so I got the screw, got the nut off right there, and now we're going to pop that screw out. You might have to tap it out. Okay, well, I stand corrected. Don't tap it out. It is a spline screw. So just be aware. And that was at least for mine, it looked like it was a T, that would be a T27. T27. And then this can now just slide over and out of the way. And now we're going to take these nuts off here, and then this assembly will just pop out. Now in my case, I have all this insulation down here that I will have to tear out. So let's just go ahead and get that done. All right. This is a 9/16 inch The jack stands are probably more secure than these things are. If you look at them, at least that's the impression you get. One more thing, I need to take that off. You know, I might replace these guys too. They've been around the block a few times. All right, so now this can all come up as one unit. These are the brackets I'm telling you that those indentations sit on. So the only thing holding this thing up and down are this bracket here, which I think is a pretty heavy duty bracket, but you would just think it'd be more. And then that bend there and this right here. That's it. I mean, really, when you stop and think about it, that is kind of scary. Okay, now I did get this on Amazon. However, I would highly recommend that you go to either your dealership or a knowledgeable person or a knowledgeable group, maybe a Facebook forum, and get your part number, or go to the manufacturer, which is kind of what I had to do, and e-trailer. I spoke to them. I'd already ordered this because I knew I could send it back if it wasn't the right thing. It was, but you know, make sure you get the right thing because it does matter. These things have some weight restrictions, all that kind of good stuff. Now, something I didn't know that might have saved these jacks is that these things have Zerk fittings on them, right here and right here. I'm gonna pull the cap off here in a moment, so make sure you hang around. We'll take a look at the old ones. But I suspect my lack of grease contributed to their early demise. All right, so this one visually looks okay. It does come with a new bolt, so we'll probably just use that one instead. We'll see. So it took me a minute to get this one in place for some reason, and what I found was I think the brackets on the back side of not the new railing, but the back side of the brackets has a few burrs on it. And at first I thought it might have been all the styrofoam that was keeping it from being pushed all the way back in place, but I got a file out and kind of just filed off the burrs and then snapped it in place. One thing I will note, at least for this install, what I had to do so far is I pushed it in from the bottom, okay, and then kind of shoved this one in place at the top, because this bracket right here on the other side, of course, sits on top of this bracket, where this one here sits on the bottom side. So got that done. It's kind of frustrating, but I got her done. I think these are torqued 10 to 18 pounds. I'll have to get a smaller torque wrench for that. And then what you're going to want to do next is, so right here, this part right here, okay, this is not the extendable part right there. That's what you let up and down real quick manually. This here needs to be the same amount of inches that this one is. So I'm going to tape measure, which is right here. Let's see, this guy is, right now, it is 6 1/4 inches exactly from the bottom of the actual housing. So 6 1/4. So now we're going to take, and we're going to have to turn this on this side to say it's 6 1/4. So right now it is just shy of 4 inches. And right here is what we turn to lower this. So let's do that. I'm gonna turn, let's make sure I got it going the right way. Okay, so in this case, it's turning right. And we want to do that prior to hooking this bar up, because you need these both to be at the same height. And then you do all your fine adjustments with the little drop down leg. All right, let's see where we are now. Okay, 5 1/4, so another inch. All right, 6 1/4. Let me double check. Six and a quarter. And 6 1/4. All right, so we can call that done there. And now we'll need to reconnect this rod. Okay, and we'll put our little screw back on. Okay, I've got everything in place. Now, what I want to do is I'm going to, I think, raise the RV up a little bit. Okay, and we're just going to do this safely, because there was those burr things kind of bothered me. I don't know if it was always like that, you know. You don't see it until so you don't see it. All right, let's see if that leg will come all the way down now. Okay, it does. And we're gonna latch that in position. And my driveway is not the most level. So now we're going to get this guy up above. There we go. All right, so now he can at least go down and rest on the ground as I lower the RV onto the leg. Gotta get the other. Tell you what, the 2 bottle jack. Again, I know it's an overkill, but man, oh man. Safety, safety, safety. Okay. Let's bring this guy down some more. Okay. Tighten him up. Quick recap. This is called the lead leg. This one's called the follow. And of course, as this bar turns between them, okay, this leg has to spin one way. So let's just say that's counterclockwise. Well, that's clockwise on this leg. So let's take a look at the old one, and then I gotta clean all this stuff up. But I'm not gonna bore you all with that and see what it looks like inside. I'm almost afraid to look, but we'll do it anyway. All right, so this is the old front one that made me say, oh, yeah. This is the follow leg, which I'm gonna hold on to it as a spare. All right, so looking at inside this, it's kind of hard to tell. I don't know if it's bad. I can tell you for sure though that the gears feel tight. I mean, to spin this, even on retract, there was something binding. Something in here broke. I don't know if it's part of the worm gear that goes down in there. I didn't look at the new teeth, but I've seen other videos and they definitely have a lot more grease than this. And I think the gear mechanisms are a little bit tighter. The teeth are a little bit tighter. I keep spinning it around, see if I see anything. But we're gonna go with that. We're gonna go with that this was a faulty leg somewhere. Like I said, it shifted. The entire rig shifted down on me and made me say a few choice words. And it's the first time I've ever felt afraid of what was going on with the rig. So now I'm going to reconnect my JT strung arms, put all my goodies back in the front storage, clean up. Hope that's all it was. Hey, thanks for watching. If you have any suggestions or things you would like to see in upcoming videos, please let me know. Send me a link down below. Please consider subscribing. Make sure you like this video, share it with others. And if you have this type of landing gear, shoot some grease through those Zerk fittings, because I didn't know they existed until I went to take these things apart. All right, well, hey, again, thank you for watching, and until next time, we'll talk to you soon.